Hello everybody. The Warriors pulled off a huge last-minute comeback against the Giannis-less Bucks. Stagger screen for Steph. Usually Steph will come across the top, but they try to confuse things by having Draymond try to force Holiday to switch. Holiday says, "You're not the boss of me." No one ever got fired for staying with Steph Curry. Good Bucks defense here. Draymond rolls, but Connaughton smoothly switches off of Steph and picks up Draymond. Steph tries to attack the receding Brook Lopez. That does force Lopez to shift over. Jrue Holiday is now followed Steph. The open man, who's Looney. The Bucks, they're all backing away as quickly as possible from Looney, sending him a formal invitation to take a free throw. Instead, Looney's going to find the nearest shooter, which is Donte DiVincenzo here. He dribbles right at him. Looney stands up Ingles with this stiff screen, and Donte has a open three. Jrue Holiday does a good job getting around DiVincenzo. Draymond wants to help off of his man to stop Jrue Holiday's drive. He and Steph Curry have to make eye contact. That Steph knows that Dre is switching. Draymond leaves his man. The natural thing for his man to do is cut right to the basket. So Steph jumps out in anticipation. Holiday makes a low-key beautiful play. He wants to get Steph out of this passing lane. He turns his head to look right at Connaughton, which makes Steph jump out to intercept this pass. And then the second Steph steps just past the fingertips of Steph. Open three for Ingles. Next time down, Kevon Looney sets a quick high pick. Brook Lopez in a drop. Jrue Holiday in Steph's face. They leave Kevon Looney open, and interestingly, instead of Steph sending the ball back to Kevon, he's not going to let the Bucks take the ball out of his hands that easily. Steph is going to do a relocation with Draymond Green. Jrue Holiday, one of the best defenders in the league, makes the tiniest, I don't know if you can even call it a mistake, but he's standing at the elbow and he takes one step in towards the paint while Steph curves the other way. Now Jrue Holiday is suddenly chasing Steph, who's veered way off the other side of the court. Brook Lopez, if he could have this over, probably would have followed Steph, because there's not really a reason to double team Draymond. Jrue Holiday busts his butt to get out there, but this is enough room for the best shooter in history. The Warriors rarely run this. This is a Spain pick and roll, where after Looney sets the pick, he's going to roll, and then Klay here is going to set a back screen on Looney's man. So that's what's Spanish about it. The first screen gets a pick on their defender. The Bucks guard this with a very unusual defense. They continue their principle of having Lopez dropped back to contain Steph, Jrue Holiday in Steph's face. Looney is rolling to the basket, but they just don't care. Middleton here is just backing up Lopez in case Steph manages to get around him one way or the other, or in case Klay decides to pop out somewhere. So when Steph throws the ball to Draymond, it's a relocation, but this defender can't go out to help when Steph comes around the mountain. You see what an easy pass Draymond would have to Looney for a dunk. So that means it's up to Jrue Holiday to guard Steph single-handed. Draymond's just a little too wide, and Jrue Holiday has to go around. He sells out hard, and Steph does the little side Steph. Here Steph has 22 points with 1 minute left in the game. You'd never know he's going to finish with 36 points. There's a lot of cat and mouse in the NBA and instant adjustments. Bucks setting a high screen for Chris Middleton, and the screener quickly pops out for three. The Warriors defend this by having Klay refuse to switch, and Looney containing long enough for Klay to catch up and then recovering to the three-point shooter. The Bucks instantly adjust to this. Portis coming over to set another screen, but instead of popping out, he's going to roll to the basket hard, and that's going to force Looney to choose between following him and containing Chris Middleton. Chris Middleton uses this quarter step that he's got on Klay to try to turn the corner. Looney, in the meantime, is following the roller. Middleton is going to mysteriously lose this ball. I think Middleton was expecting to run into Klay here, but somehow Klay ends up a little farther away than he expects, and it's almost like Klay pulls the chair on him, and so he's just going to fall to the ground. And luckily the basketball is going to end up here, where it's not going to be a 50-50 ball. Steph does have a step. Jrue Holiday is trying to make it interesting with the chase down block. Steph slows down just a little bit to try to get Holiday to bump into him, and Holiday refuses to bump into him, so then Steph leans forward into this little floating layup. Light touch, and it just rolls in. Looney, in fact, is low-key an excellent defender in isolation, but sometimes a great player just shoots a 3-ball right in your face. After the timeout, the Warriors run this Steph curling, getting this cross screen from Draymond. Draymond does wipe out this defender. Brook Lopez has no problem selling out to cover Steph. The ball is way over here. Steph Curry is way in the other corner. Bucks opt to play shining twin defenses anyway. They want to play with Steph forever and ever. So now the Warriors have a 3-on-2 over here. Jordan Poole cuts back door. Draymond hits him with the pass. This is an incredible game-winning play, blocking this clean without fouling. And now the game should be over. 28 seconds on the clock. The Bucks just have to hold it and get fouled. The Warriors don't give up. Klay harasses Jrue just enough to distract him. He just loses the ball out of bounds. An incredibly lucky break for the Warriors. The game was over. Steph sees that he's covered by Carter, 6'1". Steph is 6'3". Steph just has no fear that Carter is going to block his shot. Bucks still have a chance. Jrue Holiday with a nice move to get by DiVincenzo, and this has the added benefit of attacking along the left side of the court. He's only got 2 smalls defending the rim. Steph Curry alert on defense, seeing that he has to be the person to rotate. Klay takes a swipe. Donte takes a swipe. You might say, isn't it dangerous to leave this good 3-point shooter in the corner? And the answer is yes, but if Steph doesn't rotate, then Holiday will literally get a layup. Steph lands on 2 feet. It goes straight up. Principle of verticality, so you can't get a block called on you. If Holiday could have this back, maybe he would. Kick it out to Ingles in the corner. It's possible that Klay could rotate quickly enough. But anyway, Jrue decides instead, I'm just going to power through Steph, maybe get a foul call, maybe just put the basket on his head. And Steph says, nope. This impact could probably be used in a physics class. Holiday momentum just flings Steph across the court. Beautiful block, good rebound. I'm pretty sure this play is not for Draymond to shoot, but Draymond's man, Brook Lopez, refuses to guard him at all, and he's just sitting in the paint to erase any switching mistakes. So Draymond says, all right, no problem, I'll come over here and take the inbounds, and we'll have a 2-on-1 against Jrue Holiday. Typically, Steph would come around and get a handoff, and Jrue anticipates this by overplaying to the top, so then Steph immediately backdoors him. But this is a very, very short amount of time. It is possible the clock would have run out, so I don't blame Draymond for just turning and saying, heck with it, you only live once. A thrilling, random ending that the Warriors pull out in overtime. Let's end with a quick celebration audit. Here's Steph hitting the game-tying 3. After a heart-stopping play like that, you want to apply some preventative self-CPR. Good thinking, Steph. Then you realize that you have to play defense, so it takes a second to point out his defensive assignment. Very good. But with a moment that big, it's only right that Steph sneaks in just a little bit more celebration. I would say this is halfway between a kind of Muhammad Ali boxing footwork shuffle and kind of a little leprechaun dance. And back to defending the play. One last detail, we'll use our advanced lip reading technology. Steph yells, boba. Ah yes, Steph, you do deserve a boba. Taiwanese tea and tapioca pearls. It is definitely yummy stuff, and I guess it could be part of a nutritious lifestyle as long as you supplement your diet with things that are actually nutritious.